everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. I have a super cute card for you today, and it's really quick. Before I get going on it, I am going to just remind you of a couple of things, not many. One, if you need a catalog, after yesterday's orders, I'm posting this the day after our free shipping promotion. So there were a few of you that will get catalogs that will mail out today or tomorrow. My daughter's doing all of the thank yous. So when your thank you gifts go out, if you hadn't gotten a catalog yet, you'll get one today. She may shoot you an email to see if you need one. So the quicker you answer that, the quicker you'll get your thank you gift from her. From me, but she's doing it on my behalf. So if you need one, or if you're new and you've never gotten a catalog and you want one, I do have more coming. So you may have to wait till I get some. I have reserved a couple because I knew that I would have orders on the free shipping day. And then once those go out, then there is a few shipping mishaps that went to wrong addresses and stuff. If I have enough left of those, otherwise I have more that will be here early next week. So if you need one, let me know. I'm happy to send you your first one free of charge. And if you have gotten one in the past and it's just been a minute since you ordered, everybody that ordered since November, if you've ordered $50 in merchandise, then you got one automatically sent. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's a lot of spreadsheets that we deal with. But you can pay for the shipping, and then I credit that back on your first order once you place one from this. So those are out, hopefully, with very few snags. And then Friday, so today, I don't even know what today is. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow, this is the earliest I've ever closed a registration for one of my catalog try it classes. So this goes with that catalog. Normally I leave it open a little bit closer to the catalog, but we're ready to start as much as we can cutting paper for it. And I wanted to keep it logistically lower so we can get ready, and so that we'll have time to do it once I can order. As demonstrators, for the, I know it gets confusing. It's confusing even sometimes for demonstrators. For mini catalogs, when it's pre-order time, they'll let us order everything. But for the annual catalog, there is a very small fraction of stuff that we can pre-order. And so I won't be able to design my Try It class until I have this stuff, which is May 2nd. There's 3 suites of products that I can work with. And I'll start designing it just using white scrap paper because I won't be able to actually see this stuff until I have it about May 3rd. And then we have to cut it and have it out the door by May 9th. So, because we're leaving. So that's why I'm cutting it off, because 1, I want to make sure that we have time to cut the paper, and 2, it's pretty close to being full of what I normally would let it fill at anyways. So if you're unsure of what a Try It class is, just as the name implies, it's your way to try all of the new stuff in the catalog. So it's all of the new papers, a bunch of the new specialty papers, almost all of the new ribbons. If, for example, with the in color ribbons, you might not get every color, but you get to see a good portion of them. All of the new embellishments, again, maybe not in every color, because we make 12 projects together. So this is the first one. You can go to this video. This one's not completed here. It's got pieces missing from it. This one's completed, and I'm tired of opening it. They're template based. So about half of them, we'll do 12 projects. About half of them are fun folds and about half of them are templates. So there's different ways. If you're in Card Club, you get $10 off. You can do just the videos, or I don't know why you want to do just the videos, because then you can't really actually try it. You get to see it, and I do show you all of the papers, but you do get a fun this PDF that has all of the measurements. Let me see if this is for... this is for January to June mini catalog. I do it for every catalog. So it will have a playlist. So forever and always, you can go to the private videos, click that, and you'll be able to go back. You can see, oh, now I'm also getting a text message because I turn my phone off, but then when I have this on, but you can see I get as much paper as I can on them, so you can see a lot of the paper. That one had specialty paper. We have all the new ribbons. So we'll walk through every single project. Every single product as much as I can, get it on there, and we'll have the fun folds. But then you can go back always and use this for templates and and ideas for other cards that you might make. And you can save it in a Kindle or a, oh, look, I have a magnet. I use these to pick up my dies. See, it's just a little secret I have, but it also stuck to my iPad. My team members do get that class. They get all of my classes for free, as far as I house them on my our team Facebook page. So they always have all of the videos for free. For this particular class, they also get the supplies for free. So I've had so many people say, is there going to be a sign-up special in May? I have no idea. I have no special information. They don't tell us like if there's going to be free shipping, because then people would wait. So I found out about it on Monday, just along with all the rest of you. Traditionally, there is some kind of a sign-up special when the new catalog comes out, but I would never rely on that. So I always make, and I know that because I always make like 4 or 5 extra packets. This time I may not make as many as I do normally, because I'm just going to make the number that it works out that we make. But then we Zoom together, my team, as we make them. So it's a fun little team perk that I have. So for today's card, I'm going to use Crafting With You. I've used it once before because it's adorable. So if you want to go see all of the dies in this video, I showed off everything that, like all of the pieces. In this one, I'm not going to do that because I just talked about try it. But anyways, registration for that will close at some point on Friday when I take the link down. You can still do the videos. But I am going to pull it down at some point, and then we're going to start cutting the dies for the 3 suites that I have the products for. And I've tried to order as much of all of this stuff, and I just went in during the free shipping, and I thought I'm going to see what I haven't ordered, because we can order 3 of a lot of the consumables, and I just tried to reorder, and it said, you've already done this. I don't know, it has some phrase, and I just did it. There were 2 things that I hadn't ordered 3 of, so that was how I spent my evening last night, trying to get as many things as I could. So go watch this video if you want to see all of the pieces, because there's a lot of dies, as you're going to see on this card, that aren't in the stamps. It's so cute, this little card. Let's get going. I am going to use one of my favorite things in the catalog are these little note cards and envelopes in craft color. We've used them in Card Club before. It comes with a little box. So not only do you get a bunch of little note cards and envelopes if you want to make them for a gift, and these would be really super fun if you have, if you're a demonstrator and you want to give a gift of them to people on your team, or if you're a crafter and you just have other crafty friends that you want to give them for. I wanted to show you this one. I got it from one of my demonstrator friends who sent me a gift, and she also gave me the stamp set to match. But you can just fill the whole box, and you can see she just stamped on that and then used kind of a little scrap piece of paper. She also used the twine, which I'm going to use the twine. You know, that twine comes in several different colors. So you can just kind of make a box full of note cards that are general all occasion. So you could include some craft ones in it and not have to have them all be crafty as well. So let's get going. Let's cut this out first. The first thing we're going to do is make our little paper cutter. So if you have a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you're going to get to make one. And I wanted to remind you that you can still get this boho blue trimmer, the cut and emboss machine. My voice is still scratchy. It takes a minute for me to. So it's still available to everybody. This is the new Pebbled Path while supplies last. And so I'm just going to stick this on here. I went with Pebbled Path because it's the most kind of realistic looking one. I thought about adding some silver, but the card didn't need it. You can easily tell that it is a paper trimmer. So just send this through here. Now when it goes through, it's going to cut the trimmer, and see this little piece right here? That's the little slidey part of our paper trimmer. So don't lose that. See, it's not attached. And I found, we did this card at my stamp camp because I'm not having a May camp, so I did let them go ahead and we did some sneak peek projects, which this project incorporated stuff that we have currently so they could still shop. But then, and so here's our little slidey piece. And then this piece right here, I'm a little unsure. We added it back onto the card because I didn't want it to look like our paper trimmer had a hole in it. Because if you look at the trimmer, you know, this is the piece that you can replace. So I just added it back because I didn't want it to look like my trimmer had a hole in it. So I'll show you how I did that. And I just used some of our fine tip glue. And then I just cut this, I think it is, and this is from, you can use any little piece of paper. I just used it because I wanted it to match the embellishments that I chose. This is from the Hello Irresistible online exclusive paper, but literally any tiny little piece of paper that you have laying around on your desk that's scrap, because it's so teensy tiny, it will work. So you see, you just thread it through like you are going to cut some paper. And I wanted it to be small enough that you don't lose all of the embossed pieces of your trimmer. Because if you slide it through and it's giant, you're going to lose all of that. So I wanted it to stay past the pieces there where you're going to see that. So if you flip this over, and then I'm just going to add some glue here for now. And then I'm going to pick up this little piece. And you know, sometimes when you're messing with the glue and trying to get pieces to stay where you want them to, put that back there. This isn't the one I normally use, but it will work because this isn't so big that it needs the big one. So we'll let that sit for a second, and then we're going to flip it over and add the little piece there. But till then, we will emboss our saying. So on this, on the note cards, you definitely need to use your bone folder to get a good edge, but I like to kind of keep mine up like this until after I have embossed it, because we're going to keep emboss this now. And I went with the saying that says life is better when you're crafting. And I love the look of white on this craft colored note cards and envelopes. I did mean to check. I'll put it in my blog post because these are going to stay in the new catalog, so they're not retiring. But the craft paper that goes with them, so if you want to, like if you wanted to cut your little trimmer out of the craft paper, that's that 6x6 paper that we used when I did this in Card Club, we used the matching paper. It is retiring. So if you want to get that, then you need to get it before it's gone, which was kind of weird to me. So you don't have to emboss it because you can see it. I mean, the white is good on there, but it's just so pretty when you emboss it. So I have my white powder, and I just lay all of my stuff from my embossing machine or die cut machine on top of it. So I have that, and I'm just going to heat that. So there we go. Makes a huge difference, doesn't it, to have that be. Let's put that up in a second. And now you can take, I just like to, on these smaller cards, if you don't fold it yet, I think it's just nice to have it be nice and stiff. Now we'll take this. But see, if you don't use your bone folder to get a nice crease on that, which are really, it's a stiffer paper than our regular cardstock. But once you take your bone folder, and remember, I will be posting my May specials soon because everything for May for me is gonna kind of move up a little bit. I put this in a really bad spot here, Sherry. It's right where I need to be working. I always have a special at the beginning of almost every month. So at the beginning of May, if you purchase new catalog at the beginning of May, you'll have an option to get, I'm gonna have some choices for May. One of your choices will be to get charms or to get the bone folder with the hole in it. You can also add the charms to scissors. But if I know some of you already have them, because that's one of the things I've offered before. So let that move now. So I'm going to take the twine, and this is the more natural tone one. There we go. Now I know I'm going to put my paper trimmer here, so I'm going to just do my twine there. You could actually have not folded your card if you want until this part's done as well. I'm just going to go around it a couple of times. And you just want to end up, and I'm going to fix it after it's on here. So before I press it into that, and I can lift it back up, I just want to kind of spread this around. Now this little piece here, just move that there. And my paper trimmer is going to go there, so that part that looks messy, it won't look messy in just a second. So I've got my paper trimmer. I'm going to add some more adhesive. I make sure that that piece, the one that I inserted back in there, so I see what I mean about it having a hole. I just didn't want it to have a hole. And I think on some different, like if it depends on what the background is that you're putting it on. It may or may not be noticeable, but on this craft color, if it had that hole right there, I think it'd be obvious. So now I'm gonna take and add just a little piece of glue right here, which that sat just a fraction too long, so it's self-sealed back up. And there's a right side and a wrong side to this, because you want the side that has the little line in it, and then you just want to line that line so it goes straight through the middle. And you'll see what I mean. It might be hard to see in the video. So just kind of line that in there. Just let that sit. And then I'm going to add 5 little dots of glue, just kind of random where I want my embellishments to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to get my glue lid back on before I make another self-seal on it. That's what I love about this glue. And I know sometimes if it's the first time you've used it, probably the first 10 times, you're like, this is really hard to get on the top. But the more you use it, the easier it becomes. And about the 20th time, you're like, oh, it's not even hard anymore. Now, these are the loose frosted dots. They're part of the online exclusives, and they went on back order almost immediately after we had them. And they are due back in soon. And they match the paper, and they look really good on the craft card stock. I'm going to go for the pink ones because they match the paper that I used. They're just enough, a little bit of a subtle pink to the, didn't hit that glue very well, but we can get it. There's 3 sizes. So far I've gotten 2. I don't have any of the medium ones. There's one. The peacock would be pretty on here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super simple, completely adorable. Any of the ladies that you stamp with, any of your friends that you stamp with, anybody that helps you out who knows what that paper trimmer is. I'm gonna let that one sit for a second before I move the jewels around. Isn't it adorable? So we have that. Where did I put my? But the stamp set doesn't only have paper crafts. It has the painting, it has the crochet, it has embroidery. The embroidery hoop is not a stamp, it's a die cut. It has knitting. Did I say sewing? It's got all the crafts. So you don't have to be a paper crafter. You'll be able to do all of the crafts for all of your crafty friends. So that will be one of the stamps that you can get if you are not a demonstrator. If you are not a demonstrator and you feel like you have to have it now, and you want to be able to take advantage of getting one of the free classes, then you can sign up now to be a demonstrator, and you can add any of the pre-order stuff to your starter kit. I'm happy to help you do that. So everybody have a great day. If you're interested in my class, head over to my blog. It's in my email, but there is a link at the top of all of my recent blog posts to register for the Try It class. Everybody have a great day. Bye.